risotto. Very quintessential Italian. Love it, people love it. Is it difficult to make? Well, today maybe we will make it not so difficult for you. And we'll also have a guest today, Grandma. She loves risotto. So let's get started with the risotto. What you want to make risotto is a nice wide pan with a nice thick bottom so that as it cooks along, it evaporates and back and forth, and you mix it well in all of the corners. Make sure that you get into all of the corners when you're mixing it. So let's begin with a little bit of olive oil, onion, lots of onion. And today's risotto we'll make with clams. You know, I mean, we've made risotto together with meat, with mushrooms, with this, but clams, simple and really tasty. Garlic, let me just crush a few cloves of garlic and put it in so it caramelizes all together. Maybe just a little bit more of the oil. Risotto is all about technique. First of all, you need the right rice. You need a short grain rice, because short grain rice, which is the chubby little rice, releases the starches readily, and it still remains whole, so that's what makes the risotto creamy. So you want to get yourself short grain rice. So carnaroli, arborio, vialone nano, these are all smaller short grain rice which are great for making risotto. Also, to make risotto, we use the white rice, which is with the bran completely off. And that means that, you know, you have to be careful on really making it, kind of toasting it a little bit before we're making risotto so that it doesn't open up on you. So, you begin with a flavoring agent. What this, in this case, is the onion and the garlic. You do not wash the rice, because if you do wash it, you begin to release the starches and the rice will open up on you. Also, you do not want the onions to really be brown, because then they will not disintegrate. What you want is the onions to disintegrate into the risotto. So, vegetable stock, fish stock, or just plain water like I have here will be fine. It's a question of how much intensity of flavor. So don't, you know, oh, I don't have the stock, I can't make the risotto. Even plain water like this is perfectly fine. If you throw in some onions or some leaves of leeks, the green leaves there, it will make a great vegetable stock to make risotto. But take some of that hot water in the onions so that the onions begin to disintegrate. But before you put the rice in, the water has to completely evaporate. We have to come back to an oil base so that the rice doesn't open up and disintegrates. So the water has evaporated from the onions, but has softened the onions. We'll add the rice right on the oil now, and we'll toss it around. The rice will toast this way, and as well, we'll be coating it with the oil so that we'll form this little capsule of rice, you know, kind of protect it so it doesn't open up, so all the starches don't come out. So it cooks from the inside out. So do you really know when the rice is toasted? No, it really doesn't change color, but it sort of becomes kind of clack, clack, clack in the pan. You will notice the sound. You hear the click, clack, click, clack, just about ready. At this point, we'll add wine. So whenever you cook with wine, I tell you all the time, good wine. Drinking wine, the wine that you drink. No cooking wine. Cooking wine has all kinds of other flavorings in there and lots of salt. You don't want that. But the rice kernel is about 95% starch. So therefore, inside can be a little bland, a little starchy. When you add the wine, what happens is that the rice is thirsty and takes in right away the acidity and the flavor of the wine. In the meantime, the alcohol dissipates, but the kernel itself is flavored. So, Okay, I'm looking. You don't want to put too much wine. This is enough. We'll let the alcohol dissipate, and the rice is drinking now. It's drinking the wine. Get yourself some nice little neck clams. And when do you add them? You add them towards the end. Could you shuck them first? Absolutely, you can shuck them and throw them in, and then you throw them in even closer to the end because you don't want to overcook the clam. But do wash them well because they have sands and all kinds of things, so let's wash them well. Okay, the clams are ready. The rice has absorbed the wine. And at this point, with clams, I like a little tomato. You can do it in bianco, white, but a little tomato, and this is the plum tomatoes kind of chopped up with my hands. I crush them. Or, you know, if you have, a lot of times I tell you, not a lot of times, all the time I tell you, make a little extra when you make your marinara, your tomato sauce, and put it in little containers in the freezer and save it. Save it for a situation like this. All you need here is about a cup of a marinara or tomato sauce that you have in the freezer. But if you don't have that, opening a little can, absolutely. Now we'll begin with the actual process of pulling out the starches. So you need a liquid stock. We talked about that it's hot at the same temperature, because otherwise, as the starches begin to come out, if you throw cold stock or cold water, they coagulate. You want creaminess in a risotto. And you don't want a lot of liquid. You want just enough liquid in cooking a risotto that it will cover the rice. And then slowly, as it evaporates and cooks the rice, it extracts out the starches. So it's this back and forth, give and take, adding the liquid. The starches come out, and you're building up the flavors at the same time. I have not added salt, so I'm gonna add a little bit of salt now. Keeping in mind that the clams have a little salt. They're kind of salty, so just a little less salt. I like a little hot pepper to sort of freshen up all the flavors of the clam in their scallions. I love scallions, I tell you all the time, and use all the way up into the green part. So let me cut some scallions up. We'll throw some in, and let's leave some out just to decorate. So you keep on adding the stock, or in this case, just water, boiling water, and you keep on stirring. To make risotto, 1 cup of rice will yield 2 cups of risotto, and will take 3 cups of liquid to get there. And the whole thing will take anywhere, depends on how big the pan and whatever, anywhere from 16 to 20 minutes. So I think that, you know, we are ready to put in the clams. And just like that, I have 1 cracked clam. I would take it out. I would not leave a cracked clam in there. Let's put some more of the hot water now. Okay. Cover it. You know, those clams need a little steam. And Grandma's around. She likes risotto, so I'll call her in. Grandma, come on in.
I'm coming.
Some risotto. You like risotto?
That's what I love it. Not I like, I love it.
You love risotto?
Sure.
Have some risotto with clams? That sounds good to you? Scallions?
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, good. And we'll put some scallions on top. But you know, Grandma, rice. Now we come from Friuli, Venezia Giulia, Northeast.
Yeah.
We eat a lot of polenta, a lot of gnocchis.
A lot of potatoes.
Yes. And
A lot of ceci.
ceci, you got a lot of beans. Italy is the largest rice-producing country in Europe. We use a lot of rice.
Yeah, I heard about.
The Po Valley, you know, the big
Sure.
river,
Yeah.
and up in Vercelli, rice is. So we used a lot of rice. But you know, I remember when I was a little girl, they did something like this, and they put me in front of the rice. What was that all about?
You know, sometimes we used to find stones or something, and we was cleaning little by little.
I recall that. Now this is
Yeah.
a perfectly clean rice. There's nothing in here.
It's a beautiful,
Isn't it
immaculate,
nice?
yeah.
But we used to do with Grandma, and we used to go like this.
Sure.
And then you find a little black thing or something.
We put it on the side.
You put it on the side,
Sure,
and then
sure.
you continue doing like this, and then you see another little stone, and you put it on the side, and by the end, the rice was ready to be cooked. So how do you like rice the best, Grandma? You like risotto? Let me save it.
We used to have with the milk when we were small. My mother used to cook the milk, and in the milk she used to put the rice because we don't have enough bread, or that time we didn't have no cereal, and she used to put the rice.
Rice and milk, so that was for breakfast
That's it.
too.
Yeah, sure, for breakfast and sometimes for meal, big
For a
meal.
meal.
Sure, that's it.
Yeah.
Let me see, just beautiful.
Go ahead, mix. Help me out a little bit here. All right.
Madonna, what a padella, huh?
A big padellona.
Beautiful.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah.
But if I gave you a nice plateful, that wouldn't be heavy.
That I will take care of.
You would take care of that. Okay, very good. What is your favorite risotto with seafood? I know we made. Which seafood do you like it the best?
But still today, rice and milk.
Rice and milk.
Yeah, especially when I feel too full. I have a light dinner and I have rice and milk.
Milk?
Yeah, that's it.
It's almost like a
that's
rice
it.
pudding. But you know, I remember when we didn't feel well, we got rice and milk.
Sure.
No, rice and oil.
Oh, that's it. You're right. Yeah. When we didn't have no milk, we use what we have.
A little bit of oil, rice cooked with oil. It did well.
Sometimes just a little cheese, anything what you find in the house, go with the rice.
Absolutely. Okay, so
It's easy to digest and easy to cook, and
all right. Mix a little bit up. I'm gonna get the dishes ready.
nice color too. Look, you gave it little tomatoes inside, and the
You
color
like the
is
little tomatoes? Go
Yeah.
ahead, you keep on mixing. I'm gonna throw in some scallions. This way, scalogna. Okay, Grandma. Do you want me to help you out? I seen the corner. I want to get into that corner. And I'm gonna put a little bit more liquid. This still, okay. The clams are opening up. The rice I just about done, but we need to open up the clams a little more. So I am going to really pressure this down and should be ready in maybe 5-6 minutes. Okay, Grandma, I think we're just about there. Look how good it looks. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter. But you see, the rice made such great creaminess that you don't even need any butter. Okay, so let me just shut this off. And I'm gonna give you a little bit to taste first.
Did I deserve?
Absolutely, Grandma.
Great.
Absolutely, here. So that's,
This is more than the taste. It's a healthy
well, I'm
meal.
gonna taste with you. How's
Okay,
that?
I give you the fork. Here.
You do that. I will pile some risotto. And risotto, you can make it dense or you can make it runny. Usually with seafood, it is runny. You leave it a little runny like that. So, Grandma?
What a good taste. What a good smell. Look like you are beautiful, beautiful smell too.
Okay. È bello, eh?
Bello e buono.
Bello e buono. That's good. Okay, can I come in here or what?
Sure.
Maybe I'll come.
You're smart. Sure, you take more with the spoon than with the fork.
All right.